Before y'all do anything, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you rockin' with Young Dolph, man, go ahead and put that dolphin emoji and let me know where y'all from. Let's go. Finesse2Tymes, man, he's trying to bond out right now, and the people that's trying to help him, you got to understand, a lot of times when Finesse2Tymes and all these rappers get bonded out, the people that come helping, they trying to get a secret little deal out of it. They trying to get a finesse out of it. This is exactly what happened the first time last year when Finesse2Tymes came out for his first day out. J Prince, Mob Ties, and all them, J Prince Jr., they went to go get him and everything like that. When they went to bail him out and everything, it was certain things that he was supposed to do and certain money that he's supposed to bring their way. But they had a fallout. He didn't like that. He looked through the paperwork and found out that he was getting finessed, really. And so this is when he cut ties with them. He tried to go and speak up to Moneybagg Yo, Yo Gotti, and see what that whole ordeal was. But that didn't work out either, man. So a lot of times when these rappers, they get bailed out, or these labels know exactly when they're going in, if they got warrants on them and anything, and they're waiting for the opportunity where they could try to get them out and make it seem like they're helping them, but in all reality, they actually trying to get them to ink a deal and say that, hey, if we get you out, you got to pay this back, you got to do this for us, do that for us, and this is how it really goes. This is what made Finesse2Tymes a target. He found out that the people was trying to get after him and get a whole lot of come up off of him, basically, and he wasn't for that, because that means that from all them people coming up off of him, he's the one that's got to take the losses, man. And so this is the reason why Finesse2Tymes, when he found out about his warrant, he had to go and get it on his own, man. He had to go call his people and everything like that, because this is a situation where he doesn't want to have to do this whole thing over again, have to be under another label and have all those issues, because at the end of the day, they trying to make it to where everybody has to do that. And you see how with CMG and everything, a lot of their shows ain't doing well, so they trying to get Finesse2Tymes out the way, because that's where everybody else is going. All the Finesse2Tymes shows be sold out, a lot of people there. The crowd that's from the Moneybagg Yo concerts, that Moneybagg Yo is losing certain fans and everything, CMG losing certain fans, they're all going to the Finesse2Tymes side, because they understand about how Finesse2Tymes really got a lot of the hits in the flow that Moneybagg Yo took. The real fans know for a fact that Moneybagg Yo had his flow, and he took it from Finesse2Tymes because of all the stuff that they had from the fallout from Finesse2Tymes getting locked out. They was on the same group together and everything like that. But what y'all gotta understand is, at the end of the day, Finesse2Tymes was trying to basically survive on his own. You gotta realize that nobody's gonna be there for you. All these people wanted to do features with Finesse2Tymes. All these promoters wanted to sign him. All these rappers wanted to work with him and collab and everything. But then when he gets that new warrant that comes out and they get him for that 2018 stuff, nobody's there to help no more. Nobody's calling him no more like they used to. And so this is the real reality of everything. When you hot and on top and you popping and everything like that, everybody want to do business with you. Everybody want to come up with you and eat with you and everything like that. But then if something slips up, something happens where you got to go and do some seasons, you got to go do some times, or unfavorable things start going around, right? Then all the people start leaving you alone. They no longer hit you up. And this is what's going on with Finesse2Tymes. He realized who his real friends are. He started paying attention to the things that Young Dolph was saying about how you ain't got to worry too much about all that other stuff and all the other people. You got to do your own business and make sure that you got everything that you could control straight. And that's what Finesse2Tymes trying to do. He tried to give back to the community. He brought Lil King with him. If you didn't know, Lil King, he was in a bad situation with who his folks was with. And so that's why Finesse2Tymes really took him out that situation, because if he stayed in that, Lil King would have went down the wrong path and basically ended up like one of them dudes in Memphis who ended up crashing out like Straight Drop or anything like that. So Finesse2Tymes really applaud to him for getting Lil King out of that situation. But then again, they got him shooting dice and playing dice games with all these rappers, which nobody should be playing dice games. If you didn't see what happened to Takeoff, there's no reason for you to be playing dice games, man, especially for Lil King. Finesse2Tymes, he's like 10 years old or something like that, playing dice and shooting dice and everything. That's probably not the best thing for him to do, but at the same time, they trying to keep everything under control so nobody tries to run up on the dice games and everything like that. But basically, he listening to what Dolph said about giving back to the community, making sure to raise the youngins right so that they're going to be the next people to lead the generation. You don't want a lot of people like the ops. You don't want a lot of people who's just greedy and doing all these things and trying to take people out. You don't want that. You want the next generation to be actually businessmen, boss men, taking care of things, making it so everybody got a nice place to be at, and the environment is changed from the whole crab in a barrel situation to an actual positive environment. That's what they're trying to do, and this is what Young Dolph was preaching, man. And so if y'all really rocking with Young Dolph, if y'all some real Young Dolph fans, go ahead, hit the comment section right now. Drop them Dolph emojis in there, because at the end of the day, Keyglock knows what was going on, man. Keyglock was pretty much the protege of Young Dolph, and so he's seen how Dolph was doing everything to make sure that he took care of the music side, he took care of the street side, he took care of the community side, and he was showing them how to do it all without having to entertain the beef too much. Yeah, Dolph did do a couple disses back to Yo Gotti, and he did a couple disses back to Black Youngster, but that's only because they started it first and dissed him. And really, the whole situation should have been shut down a long time ago. They should have left Young Dolph alone before it was too late, before they took it this far to where now people still dealing with the fact that losing Dolph, the community don't have no one to give back to, because the people that took Dolph out, the side that they come from, they ain't doing nothing to help the community. And that's just what is coming straight from the sources, man, because at the end of the day, you got to realize that all these people looking at all the artists like Yo Gotti, Moneybagg Yo, they want to do the same thing they do. So if they don't start teaching them a better way of living and anything like that, then this whole cycle is going to repeat itself. People are going to still retaliate against each other for street beefs, and they're never going to get out of that mindset that a lot of people are stuck in, that's causing them to be in the same place that they're at, never growing and anything like that. And so this is a real lesson for everybody to learn. And at the end of the day, people got to wake up and look at how the way that Young Dolph was moving too. He was in his own city. He was actually moving around alone sometimes, and this is why everybody was saying, why was Dolph moving around alone? He had security with him though. Dolph had 2 security guards and everything, plus his brother, but that one day the security guards were nowhere to be found, and allegedly his brother was the one that was riding around with him with the Draco, but we don't really see his brother at the gas station. A lot of people were zooming into that picture and thinking that Young Dolph brother was at the gas station and everything, but when you look into that car, maybe you might look like somebody's in that passenger seat, but all in all, we never see the footage of them showing up to the cookie shop and actually walking in. If we got the footage from the cookie shop to be able to see and review and look at everything, then we'll be able to know if Dolph really came there with his brother, or if he was alone, if he got caught lacking in that front lobby, or if he was brought in with that U-Haul in the back. That's the footage that needs to be shown. But at the end of the day, you know they're not going to show that until the Dolph trial in 2024. The beef with Finesse2Tymes and Moneybagg Yo really got in the way of things, man, from them splitting apart, because Finesse2Tymes is really from Memphis. So he was there during the beginning where he seen how Moneybagg Yo was switching sides and going to CMG. He seen him betray Young Dolph, man. They got Finesse2Tymes to diss Young Dolph because Finesse2Tymes thought that CMG was going to sign him to a big deal. He was trying to show his loyalty, but all that loyalty, all that picking sides, all that choosing and everything like that, it didn't get him nowhere. He still ended up having to do a lot of years and everything like that. He missed out on the prominent parts of the big growth in his career, man. When Moneybagg Yo started to get popping with CMG, that's because he was really using a lot of Finesse2Tymes hits that Finesse2Tymes couldn't do because he was locked up, man. And so had he had known that this was going to happen, had he had known that all of this was just a big trick to get Moneybagg Yo on CMG and to get a hold of Finesse2Tymes lyrics and his whole flow, he would have went with Dolph instead, because he didn't really have no problems with Dolph. See, he never really came across paths, and so it was too late. When Finesse2Tymes got out, Dolph already got sent up, so there was nothing that he could do to really rebuild the bridge between him and PRE. Otherwise, Finesse2Tymes would have went and talked to Keyglock. He would have sat down with Big Moochie Grape. He would have showed Snoop bands and everything and try to help them out. And so this is the reason why you got to make sure that you know that you're not trying to let out certain relationships because of beef and everything. If Finesse2Tymes would have came together with Young Dolph, they would have made PRE a lot bigger. They would have made it to where Gucci Mane, Young Dolph, Finesse2Tymes would have really been the ones on top right now. And this is the reason why Yo Gotti was still hating on Dolph, because he had the connection with Gucci Mane. If you didn't know, Yo Gotti and Gucci Mane been beefing since before Dolph and everything. So when Dolph came into it, and he was popping up in Memphis and he was getting up in the hip-hop game, he connected with Gucci Mane, and they was really handling their business because they was part of that whole, that South, that doing it, you know, getting it on their own and everything like that. Otherwise, Yo Gotti, CMG and everything, they seen them and they was trying to drop a dime on Dolph and Gucci Mane. They didn't like that. They was kind of jealous and heated due to the fact that they wanted to be the only ones that was winning. They didn't want nobody else to be rapping or nothing like that. And so that's impossible, because everybody's gonna do what they want to do, and at the end of the day, there ain't nothing they could do to stop it. They could try to send people, they could try to send heads, put money on heads, but that's all gonna come back to a RICO on them, because this is 2023, 2024. People ain't super geniuses. They gonna get caught with the stuff they do. You're not gonna get away with most of the things, man, because nowadays 99% of things get caught. You're gonna have to flee and hide out for the rest of your life to get away with anything nowadays. And so they start seeing, and it starts unraveling and unfolding all the things that they try to do to get Young Dolph hit up, all the things they try to do to get Gucci Mane out the way. This is all coming to the forefront, and the sources are letting us know that this whole entire beef has so many different situations and circumstances that happen, so many things that have popped off in different areas and different parts of the whole world. And this is why they're really looking into this, and that's why the feds is seeing that they connecting all the dots together. They got the bulletin board with all this, when they did this there in LA, when they did this here in North Carolina, when they did this in Memphis and all that, and they putting it all together. And this is why the feds, when they come in and they attack and they raid, do all those things, they wait until they have a 99% chance to do this. And now that the Dolph trial is so close, it's almost right there, just a couple months away until they get the justice for Dolph. This is when you know that between then and now is going to be the time where the feds start sweeping heavy, and a whole lot of people are going to start getting taken down. And it's going to be a big surprise and a big shock when you find out the people who was really involved in taking out Young Dolph.